Hi everybody, welcome. It's cooler today, no romantic mist, but just instead clear skies. Just the right day to break down a wall and start building a new one, which is exactly what is happening at my home. Finally, it is now just a matter of time before the dogs can roam freely in our yard, and I'm excited for them and myself as I'm still smarting from stepping in a puddle with my socks. Anyway, after yesterday's video, I had a few email and one DM which informed me that they also heard Ari Emanuel and WME dropped Meghan. The one person said she knows someone affiliated to WME, and according to him, the agreement between Ari Emanuel and Meghan is that the separation and details thereof will not be made public, at least not for the next few months. And the same applies to her presence on the Harry Walker Agency webpage. According to this bloke, they agreed on a gentle separation after a big drama. She says he'll try and get the details on the drama for us, but he himself thinks it's due to her Duchess' difficult attitude because he heard WME had something for her, but she refused it because it wasn't big enough for her or fitting her status or whatever. He's not sure, though, whether it is a true story or whether it was just an imitation and joke, but he will ask around. But everyone agrees that if true that WME dropped her, she is done in Hollywood, Bollywood, and everywhere else. Ari Emanuel is allegedly a force to be reckoned with, a seasoned businessman, and there is no way a non-entity like Meghan will toy with him. Anyway, that is not what I want to talk about today. First and foremost, I want to call out Tom Quinn, supposed royal author yet again. All of a sudden, he is everywhere, from the Daily Mail to the Hindustan News. Why? Does he have a new book coming out soon, or is he being paid by Harry and Meghan, or Harry and or Meghan, or Clarence House to talk shite? Or is he Harry's new PR? I honestly don't know, but I have not seen such a bunch of claptrap in my entire life. It seems Mr. Quinn wants us to believe he has plants in Montecito and in each palace, and that he can read minds, because how else does he know what is thought and said by everyone? Folks, here is a tip for you, just a basic rule of thumb. If a reporter starts with something a royal said or thought, then what follows is likely untrue or speculation or pure claptrap and BS, because neither the king nor Catherine or anyone else will ever take a journalist into his confidence to that extent. The last people who stupidly did that was Charles and Diana, and look how that worked out for them. Everyone, including the king, had learned from that. So if you hear a story about this one cried or this one said this to that one, then it is very likely not true or pure fiction or guesswork, unless they said something in public or in an interview, but behind closed doors, no, just no, capital letters, no. I'm also told that the net of privacy has drawn much tighter recently, and all of them, particularly under the guidance of Charles and William, are a lot more careful what they say in front of staff, whether in their homes or offices. At the moment, it is said that the royals are running a watertight ship. So yes, I was wondering why news was so slow. Well, that is exactly why. I agree that not everything is about Harry and Meghan, but I think their conduct has a lot to do with the fact that not even the most benign of topics are discussed easily in front of staff. Only the most personal and closest people are really privy to say maybe even a careless remark or a joke. And you know as well as I do, those people do not talk, not even under threat of torture. Anyway, I still have not really talked about the main topic I wanted to talk about. And this is actually no joke. I'm being told that Harry is actually suffering from a loss of importance and status. Really, really suffering. Being just Harry has not turned out to be as great as he thought it would be. I do not know how to put this delicately, so I'm just going to quote what I was told. Harry, let's say allegedly, is not in a reasonable or stable state of mind. In a conversation, the fact that Harry is looking for property in England was also discussed, and the outcome of the conversation was basically what I already told you. There is a list of reasons why this would suddenly gain momentum and importance for Harry. There is the uncertainty about his visa. Everyone expected a verdict last week, but it did not come, and I'm told that it does weigh heavily on Harry. There are the lack of income stream and new projects, which will eventually result in severe financial difficulties, and of course, like in any other household, when there is financial and other stressors, relationships suffer. And in Harry and Meghan's case, the relationship was already fraught with disagreements and a power struggle long before there was even a hint of all the other issues and stresses. I do believe, however, that Harry is lonely and likely bored. And of course, that will not help with his depression and substance abuse and ultimately his mental stability. I mean, that is all logic, and you do not need a degree to work that out. But what we also do not need a degree for is to know that Meghan is toxic. We see it in her relationship with her own family and the staff and friends which she left in her wake. So we should never forget that aside from Harry's previous issues with depression, severe sickly jealousy or envy of his brother, obsession with the media and dead mother, and substance abuse, Harry now has that vile, jealous, toxic narrative, the gaslighting, the manipulation, and a steady supply of ayahuasca being bombarded at him. A mushroom, a tablet, a powder, or a spiff for any and every ailment. And Harry is too dumb to see that it is all part of the plan and that it will one day bite him in the bum. It will haunt him post Meghan Markle until the day he dies. But not only that, Harry cannot be trusted in this condition. He cannot be trusted for as long as he shares any kind of life with Meghan, because she is like a virus infecting everything she touches. And make no mistake, Harry is infected. Every inch, right down to his core and pores, are now as toxic as his wife. He wasn't really the nice guy we all thought he was anyway. But everything is now amplified tenfold. So in light of what our logic tells us, in light of what we can see with our own eyes, how much we can trust that Harry buying a home in England is because of what we know and what is being reported in the media lately. Namely, first it was him missing his friends, and however, despite that, no tax, and his visa status also plays a role. And then the media is listing Meghan's demands as yet another reason. Her demands being, among others, that they have their own home, as she refuses to ever stay under the same roof as his family. And then there are these security issues, blah, blah, blah. But remember what I said earlier in this video. Remember I said that Harry battles with his loss of importance and status. Well, let me tell you this for a fact, because it is. Naturally, there will have to be a couple of years of therapy and amends before Harry could be accepted back into a royal role ever again. But there is no way, no way, no way he can or has any hope of recovering and inching back into royal life along with his wife. No way, not now, not anytime soon or ever again. It doesn't matter what Harry does, whether he goes for therapy or drug treatment or whatever he does. There is no way he can or will be allowed to ever bring his wife back into royal life. Not for as long as his father is alive, not for as long as William is alive, and not for as long as George is alive. Or, for that matter, Anne, or Camilla, or Catherine, or Charlotte. And then do not forget Sophie. Meghan has so thoroughly burned her bridges with the main members of the royal family that there is no going back for her. I suspect, Charles informed Harry of this. Charles had no choice, regardless of his personal feelings and opinion. It was a choice he had to make, and he made it. Neither his sister, his beloved daughter-in-law, nor his sister-in-law can stand Meghan or will abide with Meghan Markle ever again, and do not wish to be under the same roof as Meghan ever again. But you know as well as I do that Meghan is delusional, and Harry has drank the Kool-Aid and it is running through his veins. So, what if? Now listen carefully. What if Harry and Meghan concocted this plan whereby he secures a property? Now, I don't know with what money, but maybe he will be getting some on his 40th birthday. So let's say he buys a place and starts to spend a little more time in England, and after a while he announces a formal separation from his wife, and slowly but surely he starts to re-establish himself. And then, as soon as William starts to relax a little and Harry got his share of King Charles's estate, he starts to, or she, Meghan, starts to sneak back over in order to share and enjoy the spoils of their brilliant plan. Can you guys imagine such a scenario? Well, I can, and I guarantee you the second time around will be much worse than the first time. Much worse. Honestly, guys, I know William is clever and so are his friends at MI6, but I'm really, really scared for him and Catherine. Blood is thicker than water, and one wants to forgive and forget. But reading comments by Meghan's fans and sugars again lately, I'm sure Meghan is quite capable of planning someone's demise. And God only knows, it nearly sounds as if there are squaddies and sugars willing and able to carry out her plans. I mean, really, really sick stuff. I know it likely cannot be stopped, but I think I would be more at peace if Harry gives up his British citizenship and stays in the United States with his handler and supplier. Okay, guys, I need to run. I need to pay a little attention elsewhere. So until we meet again on the next one, you know what you have to do. Take good care of yourselves, of course. Okay, bye.